Hey Fools, my name is Isaac Pino, an analyst here at The Motley Fool. Today I wanted to shed a little light on what an operating margin meant for the everyday investor. As you start to evaluate companies, you start to realize that this can get to be a really complicated reporting environment. So if you have a little understanding on how the income statement's broken down, it can really go a long way to helping you compare different investment opportunities. If you look at the income statement, the two things that are going to jump out obviously are the revenue and then the net income. But within those two measurements, you have different ways of splicing the income statement so that you can better understand what contributes to the bottom line. Now the first thing is if you're out there manufacturing a widget, for example, you would have the gross margin. After all the goods manufactured, all the widgets manufactured, your gross margin would be all of the revenues less the cost to make that good. The second step that you would jump to would be the operating margin. So you would have not only the cost of manufacturing the good, but then you'd have a second layer of cost, which would be the allocation of overhead, the allocation of the warehouse costs, the electricity and energy costs that go into making that particular product. That would arrive at the operating margin. So essentially the definition in the layman's term is operating margin equals operating income divided by sales. It's one way to show how well a management is running the business. So it excludes everything that does not directly tie to the product. So things like interest and taxes, those are going to be outside of the operating margin. But it can show if you're looking at a company, a good example might be a manufacturing firm like 3M. They manufacture all kinds of things from natural gas vehicle liners to LCD screen liners, all kinds of materials, Scotch tape, obviously you know very well. But these different things have different margins, and so it's a way to evaluate the different businesses and see how they contribute without including the extraneous things like interest and taxes. Something to look for there, you can calculate this based on a percentage measurement as opposed to an absolute dollar term. So if you have $200,000 of operating profits, then you divide that by your revenues, which perhaps could be $1 million, and you have a 20% operating margin. Then you can take that and you can compare it to other companies to get a better understanding of how well management's doing within their particular industry. So I hope I've given you a little bit of insight on operating margin. Thanks for watching and Fool on.